of all, we can't do anything without Oakley. Oakley, I love you. This is my one true love. No, wait. My daughter is my one true love. This guy's a close second. Okay, let's make a little coffee. So, for me, I kind of feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. If there was a scale between like super obsessive, clean, tidy, run a tight ship, show home, not a speck of dust on one end of the scale versus living in absolute chaos, don't know where anything is, hoarding, hasn't cleaned for 20 years. On the other end of the scale, probably somewhere in the middle, probably in the top half of the scale that's clean and tidy. But I'm certainly not a clean freak. But I feel like everyone kind of sits naturally somewhere along that scale. What normally happens is when you get with someone, they're at the other end of the scale. I said what I said. My coffee is done! Okay, so first of all, come with me for a little snoop around my house. Then, whilst you're here, let's sit down and have a little talk about the psychological connection between decluttering your outer environment and how that affects your inner environment. Then, I'm going to set up some ways in which I can use those ideas to boost my productivity, feel better, and just generally level up. So, stick around if you want to see how that goes. So let's have a little snoop around. So we're currently in my kitchen. So I've been working in here the last couple of days. I can plug my laptop in down the side of the frigo and work on this little breakfast bar, which is quite nice actually. It's quite a nice space to be in. My daughter's iPad lying around. Down here I've got a pile, actually that's 2 lots of washing because I had quite a productive washing day. So I'm fairly on top of that at the moment. And then there's always stuff in this general area because like you come into the kitchen and you dump stuff here. So, I mean, it's not too bad at the moment. We've just got like a hair bubble. So I live on my own with my daughter who's almost 3. So what we have plenty of in this house is hair things. So yeah, this is my kitchen space, which actually is fairly tidy, I'd say at the moment. Okay, another area that really grinds my gears, gaggles my goat, yanks my dorks. Anyway, that winds me up a little bit is the dreaded under the stairs. So I've got 40,000 coats. I've got my motorbiking helmets, motorbike boots, a toddler stroller, and I'm currently got my dad's motorbike boots and helmet as well, and walking boots and tap shoes. Psychologically, what that says about me, I don't know. There's a connection between how tidy you are, like as an adult, and the way you were brought up. And I think that's almost like a nostalgia. I don't know where I was going with that, but these are kind of left lying here, but I'll be honest, I haven't been able to wear them yet, and because they're yellow, I kind of am treating them like an item of decoration because I have like yellow features in my living room. So I mean, they have just been left there, but I've kind of left them there because they go with the room. They're like matching clutter. I've got a couple of big baskets that I chuck all of my daughter's toys in, chuck them behind the chair. I need to iron those, so I thought I'll just chuck them there. No one can see them in the cubby hole. Considering I live with a toddler, it's fairly tidy today because it can get chaotic. I mean, there's always random stuff lying around. A bolt, like a nut, €5. A chain, I don't know. My radiator is leaking and it has been for about 6 weeks, and I've had a couple of attempts at fixing it and then just thought, I'll just wrap a tea towel around it. This is my bathroom. Again, like fairly tidy. I've got, it's clean, like it's hygienic clean. We've got super hard water here, so it all gets quite lime scaly. Is this the most boring video ever? I was going to say something really cheesy then, we won't. This is my bedroom. Feet, dead plant. I feel like this room I keep the tidiest out of everywhere at the moment. I think kind of this is the only clutter really. I keep my bedroom fairly tidy, and it's because I redecorated recently. I repainted badly. And I put some artwork up and I repainted my furniture. So I think because I made the effort to zhuzh it up a bit, it's quite a nice space at the moment, and I'm finding it the easiest to keep tidy. Okay, so there's some crap lying around because I made a half-assed attempt at tidying it up the other day. So I currently keep my washing thing, what do you call these, in here because it's gross. Do you know what, I need to get a new one, to be honest. Got a lovely desk and kind of vision to do board situation going on here. This is my pile of Christmas presents, which I lovingly gathered and purchased and wrapped for my family members. It is currently the end of May, and they have not had their Christmas presents yet. Do you know what? It's actually a super lovely space, and I'm really lucky to have this space in my house that I can use to store paperwork and filing and life admin stuff. And also, if I got my tush together and got my desk set up a little bit better, it would be a lovely space to work. I really want to get this space organized. It's just niggling me, you know, and it just niggles you, and I think that's also where the kind of psychological link comes in, because it's this feeling of like slight pressure, like I need to get that sorted, I want to get that sorted. Oh, it's unorganized, it's messy, like it's a real horrible feeling to kind of have at the back of your mind. Refers to notes. I've literally got notes. I'm not joking. I'm taking this gig seriously. I've done my research. Got me notes. The theory is that your mind starts to take on the properties or the energy. I know that sounds a bit wafty. Imagine that you're in a super crowded space. You're on the London Underground. You're in Grand Central Station. I've never been there. It's chaotic, it's quite stressful, it's noisy, you probably feel a little bit on edge, your mind's like go. Now imagine you're by a lakeside, it's very serene, there's birds singing, you're going to take on, these are like extreme examples, but your state of being and your state of mind is going to take on the energy of that environment. If you're in a chilled space, if everything's super chill, you're going to be super chill. If you're in a chaotic environment you're going to be a bit wired, right? It's the same theory, just kind of boiled down to like a less extreme version. There is a thought to be had about the kind of environment that kids are in as well, whether that's at school or, you know, wherever the kids' environment is. Likelihood is they're going to take on some examples, because that's what kids do. They're little sponges and they soak up everything around them, and they take whatever their standard environment, whatever the mainstay of their environment is, as normality and as reality. So if you are kind of taking a sensible, I hate the word sensible, such a thing about being sensible, although I am literally doing a YouTube video about being tidy. Doesn't get much more sensible, does it? Have a word, sir. I'm not talking here about like absolute perfection, minimalism, like Stacey Solomon vibe. I'm just talking about like generally not being too cluttered. If you are generally kind of tidy-ish and decluttered, it is literally going to be more time efficient and more productive, because you're going to waste less time going, where did I leave that? Where was that thing? Oh, I had that. I saw that 3 weeks ago. If for the mainstay things have a place, you're going to go, where's that glowy, punchy cat biro? Oh, I know. It's where I always leave the punchy, glowy cat biro. You know what I mean? The sense of accomplishment. Those little wins. But they are super important for kind of feel good vibes, for your mental health, for like a little sense of accomplishment. That feeling that I'm on top of things, I'm on track of things at the moment. It's only little things, but that's my whole thing. That's what I'm here for, is those daily little wins. Work and home. If you're working at home, which a lot of people are at the moment because of the old Panny D, it can be harder to differentiate work and home life if you don't have that clear workspace, which I don't. Because my office is being currently used as a dumping ground, it does mean that I'm working in other spaces around the house. You are going to be more productive if you have a clear differentiation between your working space and your chilling space, which is why I really want to sort this out, because I want to be more productive. So I'm going to take some of those points and try and set myself 3 goals to implement over the next few weeks. First of all, I'm going to tidy up and I'm going to use this office space so I can differentiate work from home and be more productive. I'm also going to make sure I tidy and clean as I go, as opposed to letting it build up. And finally, I'm going to make an effort to put away my shoes that are lying all around the house.